But without a doubt, the big talk of the fighting game community all weekend was undoubtedly the Street Fighter 6 beta. My man, that game was so much fun this weekend. And I know you were overseas, Logan. You were away from Europe, but you still got to play some GGs, right?
Brother, I had the laptop in the hotel room for that very purpose. Yeah, I just spent most of my time in training mode. To be honest with you, it was just so fun exploring the mechanics and all that stuff. So familiar and yet so different. I think they did a really good job of making Street Fighter 6 feel very familiar to any of the players that jumped on in 09 or jumped in 2016. It's going to feel super familiar to you guys, but fresh as well. And just the user experience was a delight. I tweeted, during the weekend, just, put the pre-order up. I'll give you my $60.
Yeah.
Just put the pre-order link up now. I'll give you my money and turn the servers back on, and I'll be happy with that.
I'm actually not joking. Like, bro, like they could totally do that. And because I think after this weekend, like they basically they got their money. Like people are definitely 100% after that beta going to be putting their money down now. You know what I mean?
Bro, what a departure from press any button and no one could press anything. Like that was the first Street Fighter 5 beta experience. Do you remember? Literally no one could get in.
I remember.
It was impossible to connect.
Mama.
And like we've seen people running tournaments, like problems. Our guest on the show this week, man, entered about 15 tournaments.
Yep.
During the beta. Like how stable, how well made does your game have to be that people are able to run tournaments online in the beta, and guys are entering from different continents? Crazy.
Absolutely, it's insane. Times. So with that, I think it's a great cue to bring in our guests. So joining us on the show today, guys, it is none other than Problem X and Big Bird, two of the guys that were absolutely rinsing that beta. Guys, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good to have you on.
I'm doing good, man. It's good to be here. What's going on, everyone?
What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Let's go. So, guys, Street Fighter 6, I guess, Problem, I'll ask you straight away, just off the bat, your thoughts on the beta. How did you like the game?
Yeah, I thought the game was very good. I didn't really have any sort of complaints, to be honest. I was just trying to get into it. My only complaint is that they cut it off too early. But no, I thought it was really good. It had a familiar feel to it, as you guys were saying, with a lot of different mechanics. With punishing seemed like that's going to be the main starter rather than just like a choice. I think you actually can't get around that. It looks like that's what you're going to have to do to play the game. So that's really good. So yeah, it was good.
Sick. And Big Bird, any initial thoughts for you straight away you want to talk about for SF6?
I honestly thought the game was very, very fun. I remember playing the Street Fighter 5 beta, and after it was done, I didn't feel like I needed to play more or anything. Like I feel like they didn't do a good job of pulling me in and making me stay in. Street Fighter 6 did that for me, and I honestly am feeling that kind of withdrawals right now with Street Fighter 6. And I just want to get my hands on it very quick. I actually haven't played Street Fighter 5 since the beta ended. My only complaint, or my only concern, not complaint.
Here we go.
Yeah. And if you have been following me on Twitter, you would know what I'm talking about. It's just going to be the drive impact. I think the mechanic is fine and everything. It's going to concern me how it's going to dictate how the neutral will go in the future, basically.
Okay. Any thoughts about that? Anybody else? Drive impact?
For me, I feel like, you know what? Yeah, I understand where he's coming from, because I initially was thinking, like, obviously, what's going on here? When you first turn on the game, you get hit with that a few times. You're like, wait, what's going on? But at the same time, because obviously it blows up some normals that are non-special counterable, right? So if you can't cancelable, if you can't cancel the normal, then you're kind of just vulnerable to the drive impact. And when I played against Guile, his normals were out of this world, right? So I was like, oh, maybe they've made some normals like that to force the drive impact to be used, because his like crouching medium kick and soul back kick, you can't do that soul back kick, you can't do nothing to it. And it's like, so you have to drive impact it, and then drive impact makes him vulnerable for the fireball, the Sobat, and the crouching medium.
Well,
kick.
we've all seen the clips of Akainu throwing the sonic boom and someone trying to neutral jump it and getting punished for 25% as well. So like they need to build something in to make it a risk, right?
Exactly, and I feel like that's how drive impact's going to be how you navigate particular characters. I mean, rather if you look at Dalsim, like because we know he's coming in the game. Let's say, for example, if you look at Street Fighter 5, because we saw in the clip that his standing roundhouse looks special cancelable, right? But his other buttons, like if he has a similar stand medium kick or whatnot, these probably ain't going to be special cancelable, right? So you might need the drive impact against characters like that, because if it's too reactable, how are you going to get characters like him? You won't be able to do it. You actually won't be able to do anything. Like, so I think it has to be there, like how it is, exactly how it is.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what Problem said. I think the drive impact has value of how you're going to use it in the neutral game. And like I said, it's going to dictate how the neutral game is played. The only concern that comes out of it is that obviously you can't go into pilot with non-cancelable normals, right? Because you get clipped by drive impact. But because of the low cancel window that a lot of the normals have, even if you poke with crouch medium kick, like Ken, let's say Ken.
Yeah, this is a Ken player saying this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That low forward cancel window is small, bro.
If you poke with it, expecting or anticipating drive impact, and you happen to press it right before it presses drive impact, you can't do anything about it. So you get clipped. So the only thing that I could ask for is that they make the cancel windows a bit higher when it comes to armor moves, basically. I don't want it to become higher when it becomes like confirmed city, like how Street Fighter 5 was.
Yeah.
But just for the drive impact, at least just so you can cancel into drive impact back. Not even other specials, just drive impact. So that's my only thing that I'm worried about in the future. Obviously, I can't use non-cancelable normals. I can't go into pilot with them. But even if I'm anticipating with a cancelable move, the low cancel window is way too short for you to even do anything about drive impact.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I just think that if you're anticipating the drive impact, then don't press now, did it?
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, it's gonna evolve to a point where, if it stays like this, it's gonna evolve to a point where none of the players are pressing anything.
Yeah.
So he's gonna keep pressing lights.
Yeah, he's got to walk in. You got to walk in and throw. You got to walk in and throw.
Yeah. Like,
no, but I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, though. I think for some characters, it's going to be more of an issue than others. One thing I will say, though, I think the drive impact should have the scaling that the perfect parry does.
Yes.
And the perfect parry shouldn't really have as much scaling.
Yeah, I agree. Because one's way harder than the other, bro.
Well, they did find out that if you late
No, that was
cancel.
That was fake.
That was fake.
Yeah, that was fake.
We got fakes already.
But I do think why they done that is because the parry you can accidentally perfect parry someone, right?
Yeah.
And also I think because the normals
but
are all
what are the
minus.
chances of that though?
No, but because the normals are all minus on block, right? When people actually start actively taking their turn, you just press medium punch
Literally,
parry.
Yeah,
and then you'll get the perfect parry.
I saw that a couple times actually, because it's like if you're -1 or -2 and you just you press a button, you parried because you were minus. It's a perfect parry.
The perfect parry, So I guess that's why they done it. Maybe just add scaling on drive impact or make it cost more. Of the drive gauge.
I agree.
Yeah, was it one? Like one?
One bar.
That's ridiculous. No. There should be 1.5 at least.
With that damage, it should be either more scaling or at least like 2 bars.
Yeah. No, not 2 bars. Not 2 bars because maybe 1.5. It can't be 2 bars. You're not thinking. Look, you're playing Ken. Wait till Guile starts getting into you. You can't do nothing to that soul back kick. And you'll be like, no, I want that 1 bar. I want that back as 1 bar.
Yeah, I'm fine with scaling then. As long as there's more scaling to it, I'm fine with that. Or just like I said, increase the cancel window on armor contact moves.
But I don't really like saying that. I fully get it, and I'm partially on that opinion. But I just feel like until we play it more,
that's why I said concern, not complaint.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because even when I started blowing up drive impacts. Like I'll do like low forward because I was using Ryu, obviously.
Yeah,
I got to use what's there. I was using I'll do low forward and then drive impact. You start doing that, and then I was doing like low forward into supers to blow up the drive impact. And it's like I guess when we get more familiar, it might not even be an issue at all. But I do think the scaling should be applied, because guys can literally turn the whole game around off of a wild drive impact.
Yeah.
Like level 3, you're done.
Yeah, that into level 3, 50% gone.
Yeah, you lost a round basically.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, bro. Some of that stuff you were doing with Ryu problem was looking nasty, bro. Oh my god, that character does so much damage.
he looks so sick in that game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even a Shoto guy, but I'm being tempted. I'm being tempted.
Yeah, I was seeing some stuff for sure, man. So what do you think about like the way that the characters feel? Because I feel like they did an excellent job so far of making every character like they've been doing this for a few years now, making everyone feel so unique, giving everyone new options, and I feel like the stuff like the drive rush really like opens up new windows, and I think it's so smart how they've done it, increasing the frame advantage off of drive rush moves and stuff like that. I feel like that's
drive rush overhead is so
God.
scrubby.
It's sick. It's sick.
Oh,
And what is it on block? It's like only like -1 or something.
Plus,
It's plus on block.
Yeah, plus.
Bro. That's
Well,
mad.
Ryu's is anyway. Ryu's is like
Ken's is
+2 or
+1
something.
as well.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You can't do that though. You can't throw drive.
Yeah, but you could do
Oh,
low.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could do
sorry,
run
you
low
can't.
though. You could
Yeah,
do
yeah,
run
no,
low
you
into
can't.
like
Yeah.
like 400 damage and quarter carry.
Yeah, because I feel like the drive rush of all things is like borderline unreactable, bro. Like it just compared to the drive impact, where it's like, oh, I can kind of see it, I can stop it, or I can try something. Like drive rush, like
No, I think
so
the drive
quick.
rush is reactable.
You can
Basically,
react
a drive rush is I think I've been
Okay.
reacting to it, but it's one of the ones where I don't think you can react to drive rush and react to drive impact.
Yeah.
You're looking for one.
yeah.
To the other one.
I've
So
played a lot of players. I know it's still early, but I've played a lot of players who, as soon as they see me do drive rush, they think drive impact is coming. So they do a drive impact.
yeah, you get thrown or something. Yeah, or
Yeah.
you just cancel it to yours. You do
just
drive
have
rush,
to do
cancel
drive
it. Yeah,
impact, yeah.
that
So
takes
the
mad
visual-
bar though.
Yeah,
That
the
takes-
visual is kind of confusing.
Yeah, it is, but I feel like the safest thing to do, if you see any sort of color, react with jab, right? Because if it's drive impact, you can cancel the jab anyway, and if
Yeah.
it's drive rush, you'll punish it, right? If it's too quick, this is what people weren't doing. I started doing this after. I think the V reversal, if you block someone's drive rush, that's when you'll V reversal,
Right.
because you just get them off of your side. You don't want to take the guess.
Yeah.
So that's but I really like the defensive system. I like the fact everyone has access to these things. So if someone's just being bait, right? It's not like Street Fighter 5 where Cammy's jumping at you because my character ain't got a parry. You gotta hold it. It's like, oh, you're jumping. I know you're doing the dive kick. Don't matter who I'm picking on the game. You're getting parried, or you're getting, like I like that.
I could see you were adapting to that as well. Like Idom was trying to dive kick in with Jury, and you were kind of like getting into that range, and you can really see how like the mechanics of the game, like the parry, for example, really do come into play. It's sick, man.
Yeah, no, that's sick. Serious.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see a lot more parries in the future once people get used to it.
Yeah.
Probably way less drive impacts, but drive impacts obviously when they're way less, then they're harder to react to. Honestly,
I think you're good. No, I think drive impact's there to. I think you're gonna have to use it.
yeah,
you see
you're
them
gonna have
buttons.
to use that
Yeah, certain buttons are just like, I don't know if it was just me. Maybe it was just me, but I felt like Gao's normals were out of this world. Like,
Yeah, they were.
yeah, like I feel like you can actually.
Yeah.
I could whiff punish like every other character in the game. Even Chun-Li was a bit annoying as well, but like I feel like you can see people's button and then whiff punish it. With Guile's, it's like the hurt box is just gone. But by the time you press anything,
I feel like with Guile, it feels like his normals have like all been sped up or something. You know how before he had like a bit more recovery and stuff? He didn't have that.
Yeah. And he links off that. I got count. Someone hit me. I think it was ISDD or someone hit me. With counter hit, crouch, medium kick, flash kick.
Oh my
I'm like, what?
Way far.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Like,
bro, that's mad.
that
He
guy,
can
yeah,
do medium if he was close. He can do medium.
yeah, like it's
Really?
Yeah, he can do the target combo medium. The medium to heavy, I think, or was it? The
yeah.
target-
And
can
he
do
can
that
do
on
meaty overhead as well,
Yeah.
without
Oh,
drive
yeah.
rush.
Overhead,
Drive
yeah.
rush.
Oh
Yeah,
my god. Yeah, he's got
Like-
he's got like tons of new target combos and stuff as well. Yeah, Guile was looking kind of mad. I can't lie.
Gal was looking good. Right? I do think, obviously it's still early, but I feel like with these mechanics and the way the game felt, maybe it feels like it could be one of those games where you might not need a secondary, because if you got the universal tools, it looks like that. Obviously it's early, but one of the main reasons people pick, I picked secondaries on Street Fighter 5 is because of toolset. Like literally, you'll pick a character because this guy can actually deal with projectiles.
Yeah.
But now everyone can parry though, like now. So
Everyone can drive impact as well.
yeah, exactly. So it's like maybe you won't need so much unless it's just a button thing.
Yeah, and fireballs won't be as effective as they are now because I heard that I saw that you can perfect parry and then punish. If they throw
Well, you can just
fireball.
parry and cancel. You don't even have to be perfect parry. I don't think.
No, if you perfect parry, you can punish with
You
a
can
heavy.
cancel. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you can punish with a heavy, like +9 or something, +8.
Yeah, no, that's sick. I hope it's one of them games where you can maybe play one character because it looks like there's a lot of situational like combos and conversions. You got to learn counter hit combos, punish counter combos, air juggles.
Yeah,
Like,
playing more than one character is gonna be hard.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it looks like they've made it so you can just play one and get away almost with it. Like even like drive, there was some combos you could do, but you hit drive impact and it hits them kind of airborne.
Yeah.
Right. You can do
Yeah.
some crazy conversions of that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
literally, you can get like I
Drive
think
rush.
with Ryu, you could get like 2 DPs and then a super or something. It's like, but you got to know all of that with each character, and then you got to factor in the footsie game in each matchup.
Mm.
It's going to be a lot harder to just now on 5. You can kind of if you're depending on what your skill set is, you can pick up a character relatively quickly. I mean, look at myself and Big Bird as well. You know, you'll go from you've had Ken, you've had Rashid, you've had Luke. You know, you can do that on 5, but on 4, sorry, not 4, on 6, I don't know if it's going to be that simple to do that because there's so much situation.
I don't think it will be that simple, to be honest.
Yeah,
I quite like the fact that there was at least a little bit of execution in there already. Like I spent the weekend playing Ken, and he's got like some fun conversions. He's got the Jinrai kick loops in the corner, which is quite a specific timing, especially if you want to do the 3 Jinrai kick
They're
combo.
very hard.
Yeah, so like there's fun stuff in there. Even just like with punish, stand fierce into drive rush and combos like that. Just remembering the inputs for that, and like it was very enjoyable to just sit by myself in, you know, North America 37 in the corner, hoping no one found me in training mode, just messing around with stuff. There's already cool stuff like this, and we had like 2 days of the game, so I'm quietly confident that the game's going to have that depth where you're not going to see people just picking up a character. They can do the B&Bs and the setups immediately. It's going to take a little bit of grind, and people will be rewarded for like being mains, because like you said, man, these characters, they have access to all of these tools. They have access to answers to almost everything that we've seen. Like we haven't seen a proper command grab character yet, so that'll be an interesting with that. But like other than that, you know, everyone has an answer to everything through the game mechanics and how you choose to use your resources. It's just a lot of smart decision makings seem to be what will get you the win.
Yeah, and also on top of that, you mentioned Commando because obviously I'm heavily interested in that archetype.
Oh my God, yeah.
But what I noticed is actually when I was playing Big Bird, actually, because he backdashed the throw and punished it, right?
Yes.
With the throw loop, right? Like I did, like he punished my throw with a backdash, and I did it to him. But I noticed that it punished me when he did it to me, so I was like, oh, that's what it is. But then
because of the recovery.
but then what I thought about then is that technically that makes command grab characters better. Then since normal throws are already getting punish countered, then the risk of command grab is technically similar. People will be backdashing command grabs. So if normal throws are getting punish countered anyway, then the risk reward of doing a command grab is actually not as bad because you're getting the same punish as someone backdashing.
Yeah, there's not an extra risk. Unless if I backdash your command grab, I get a jumping combo or something like mad, you know.
Well, obviously, you probably can get the jumping. I'll be interested to see if you can drive rush after command grab.
No, you probably can. If you work for command grab, you probably can raw drive rush, and then get like a +8 on your normal instead of like just +4. So you get the counter and you get the drive rush.
Yeah.
So you probably get more damage on command grabs against command grab whiffing than actual normal throws. Because normal throws you only get like medium, probably medium at most. You back normal throw. But if you whiff a command throw, you probably get a lot of damage from it.
I feel like there's probably a reason why we haven't seen how grapplers work, or why they haven't actually shown Zangief, because they've shown all 7 other SF2 characters, but they haven't shown any Zangief gameplay yet. And I feel like that might be because they're still trying to balance how grapplers are working in this.
They showed Honda's Ochi throw.
Yeah, and I think that like, and obviously Jamie has like a command grab as well, but maybe that's, I guess Honda isn't a pure grappler, right? Maybe we're waiting to see, because Zangief's going to be trying to get in real slow. Like, we don't know if he's got green hand yet or how he's going to work. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how Zangief comes out in this, man.
Yeah. I want combos off command grabs. I want command grab, drive, rush, cancel, launch again. That's what I want. That would be so sick.
Well, it sounds like you need to be playing Manon based on the audio leaks that I heard out there.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard about those. What's that all about, Logan?
So someone mined the files, and all of Vicious's voice cues were uploaded. It's on Twitter somewhere.
Okay.
I can't remember the account. But,
I heard a few of those as well.
All of the new characters that haven't been announced yet, they leaked all of the audio cues. So like Manon, for example, she's got like level up, like a meta level on her command grab. So her command grabs level up, I guess, kind of like G or something.
Oh, no.
So maybe if you hit him with like a level 3 command grab, you get combo afterwards. I don't know. Because all we've heard is the audio cue. So I think it's kind of like a little bit hype, because we don't really know. I just know what Vicious is shouting about. I don't actually know what's going on, but there's enough information to kind of speculate off these things. And that's hype for me as well. You know, I like this kind of speculation era is exciting as well. As much as like playing the game and pulling the mechanics out is really important for us. But like now the game's gone, now we're back to speculation era again. Like, oh, maybe you could do this. I can't test it out, but I think it will work, or I think maybe this will work like this. We're back in that kind of zone of speculation. So
I actually love that they've embraced the fact that the characters have been shown, and they've just shown all the characters in that.
Here's the whole cast.
Yeah, safe. Literally. I actually love that, because it's like, oh, we can see how they look. We can kind of like you said, Logan, speculate a bit more now. And it's just, I think like this is honestly the best way to handle any fighting game. Like the way they've handled this game from the release trailer up to now has just been, bro, it's night and day.
The best Street Fighter 5 preview was that season where we literally saw everybody. I think that was season 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. With the Cody. They need to show that with the season passes on this. Like,
100%.
They just put the whole season pass out.
Oh, just let me see Rashid.
I heard the files for Zangief. Yeah,
go on.
I heard about 7 different grabs. I heard Siberian something. I heard German suplex. I heard spinning power driver. And all I kept hearing is 7 different ways of. That's a lot of damage. That's all I kept hearing. That's all I kept hearing.
And you're just like, in your yard like this.
And something about a Russian handshake or something. So it might be green hand. I don't know. Oh no. Like, so Zangief is sounding crazy, and he's definitely getting Oki of Lariat drive rush in. Lariat drive rush. Don't want to jump at Zangief. I'm telling you, he's gonna be serious.
We're just gonna do green hand drive rush into level 3, and we're all gonna cry. That's all.
And JP as well. JP, I heard something about you can't block those, so he's obviously got some kind of unblockable.
Oh, bro.
Well, he had some mad it sounded like mad mechanics in there.
That's it. Sounds
interdiction. I don't know what the hell that was, but I heard that bare times.
Yeah, he sounded a bit mad.
That sounds sick. So like, I think that speaking of the like drive rush combos and stuff like that, as we look at this Jinrai loop on the screen, it's such a cool. Like, I think it's such a cool way of opening up new options. Like the way a lot of characters can launch you, and then like you convert with the drive rush, etc. You know, to be more creative with your combos and stuff like that. Or if you want to use it as an anti-air, like we've seen Akainu doing on Twitter. It's just such a like the way they've all the mechanics in this game work. They're also versatile, and I feel like that's one of the best things about this game is you can play it the way you want to play it. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways to play the game.
Yeah,
it's really cool, man.
And there's more than one way to use pretty much every mechanic in the game.
Exactly.
So that's something that's very good about this game. That's why I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think one more thing as well that I was so happy about, which I think is fair, is that every time you get whiff punished, it's punish counter. No, it don't have to be a crush. It don't have to be a heavy button or something. It's just punish counter. So if you're whiffing a throw, because every time you make an error, it should be you should get counter hit. But I feel like when you're whiff punishing on 5, you won't always get counter hit sometimes. Like for example, if you're fighting Dowsim on 5 and you sweep him from full screen, you're not getting the crush counter.
Yeah, depending on what your character, you might not even get in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You won't get in because you don't get the crush counter. Yeah, but then on this it would be punish counter, so it would be hard knockdown. So everyone would be able to. If you're whiff punishing Dowsim, not only can you drive rush cancel the whiff punishes, even if you only get a sweep, it will be a hard knockdown. So you'll be able to get in.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we need that.
So when I was in Puerto Rico, obviously everyone was cracking it out. And one comment that Mena and Kaba made was they felt like the negative side of Burnout wasn't enough. In that they felt like the game as it stands rewards you for just blowing all of your resources, like rushing people down and maintaining plus frames.
No, I heavily disagree.
And they felt like being put in Burnout, all you had to do was block for about 8 seconds. Then that wears off and you get your whole drive gauge back. That was their problem. The fact you get your whole drive gauge back after just blocking out Burnout.
Yeah, but
take chipping out.
Yeah, you get chipped out. Well, you got to think about it this way. You get chipped out. First of all, you get chipped out.
But let me ask. Okay, you should get chipped out, but I'm talking. They were talking about round 1 fight. Yeah. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna use all my gauge. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna maintain plus frames. I'm gonna try and open you up. Okay, you blocked. All right, cool. I'm in Burnout now. You're not gonna chip me out because I've got a full health bar, isn't it? I'll say chip definitely, but all I have to do is block this out for 8 seconds, and I get the whole gauge back again. Do you think that's fair?
No, but another thing as well. I mean, I'll let the problem finish. You got to think about how the frame data changes as well. Every normal you press on block is additional +4, so you basically get no turns and you get no EXP. So you basically just got to block and you got to guess right on pretty much every single thing. Like you're not gonna keep getting thrown, right? And you can't interrupt anymore because everything you're pressing is plus. You're at risk of getting stunned, and if you're in the corner, you can't keep blocking fireballs because of the chip. And we've seen that Akainu clip that he posted. That he posted was because of Burnout. Valmaster had to neutral jump, a sonic boom, and then he had to drive rush and punish him in the air. So that was because of Burnout. So basically, you can't play anymore because of the Burnout.
Yeah, to add on to that point, every character archetype, the defense in the game revolves around drive gauge or how you navigate the screen. So for example, let's say you even whiff punish someone. There's no conversion. What are you going to do? Low forward, no drive rush. You can't even whiff punish anyone to any. You can't even whiff punish to an EX move.
Yeah, you get EX.
Yeah, so you're just doing pokes and getting nothing. And the guy can just do what he wants. You can't even convert anything. If you're near the corner, you can't stop that wall splat stun unless you mash super, and then they can bait that, and then you've definitely lost. The chip damage is insane on the fireballs. Gao throwing them booms, or even Ryu with the projectiles, it chips a lot. So I feel like the Burnout, you can't whiff punish into anything. You get no conversions. You can't reversal. You're slow as well. Your walk speed's decreased. So it's really bad, I think. And all there has to be is the guy just needs to push the issue. If you're in Burnout, I'm going in. Like, what you
can't play the game anymore.
Yeah, like. So I feel like maybe getting it all back when it runs out. I mean, maybe they might tweak that. I get where they're going with that because if you kind of hold out, and then you get everything back, because there is times as well when that happened that I was playing actually and that happened. I'd be fighting the guy in the corner, and then he gets burned, like he's in burnout and it's coming back, and then he's looking at when it's coming back, but I'm not. I'm just seeing that he's in burnout. And then I get hit with a random EX move. I'm like, what? When did you even get that back? So that's just crazy as well.
Yeah, but there's an issue with that. If you're proposing that he gets just a few bars instead of the whole drive gate, then that means he's also susceptible to burnout again. If you, for example, so how can you get burnout twice? And I mean, like in 2 instances, that seems kind of unfair.
I get it.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you keep trying to it sounds like the banks keep getting bailed out over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Like if say you only get 3 bars back, Not
Yeah.
one. Like I think one would be ridiculous. But say like
Oh,
instead of
half,
6,
half, yeah.
yeah. So you get 3 back. Yeah. If you get burnt out again, bruv, then like your parents didn't teach you how to manage your money. Bruv. Like,
But you're most likely getting pressured at the same
Yeah.
time.
To get
Yeah.
burnt, yeah, for you to be in burnout, unless you're just throwing out EX moves wildly, the guy's he's making you block stuff, which is why your drive gauge is going down anyway.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't really think out of all the matches I played, like every single one, regardless of what I knew about the player, whenever they were in burnout, they never recovered without me doing anything to them. Like it was just they just held up the screen and they never just like held out until the bar came back. Like it just never went that way. And then you could just drive rush and get in as well, like throw a projectile driver. Yeah, you can't do nothing. Literally, you can't play. So I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair, to be honest. And Capcom basically just want to heavily emphasize on you spending. This is one of the main things I liked about Street Fighter 6 when they first announced it, is that the whole meter management thing is gonna matter a lot now.
Yeah.
Not like Street Fighter 5 where you just kind of spend everything and you get it back the next round anyway. And even if you don't, like the meter management in Street Fighter 5 wasn't crazy. And even Street Fighter 4.
V gauge was a bottomless drink at Nando's. It's Street Fighter 5, bro. It's just a bottomless drink. You just keep refill, just keeps coming back. Yeah, that's it. Like you don't care.
Yeah, you can activate it early and get it back again before you lose again. So, but this game like matters a lot how you use the bars, how you spend your bars as well.
Yes. Yeah, like the thing about V trigger and V gauge, right, is that it was a whole meter system designed specifically only for robbery, right, or for the V system. Like it didn't affect your EX moves or anything like that. Yeah, but with drive gauge, it's like okay, if you want to spend this here, you're not going to have this here. And that is what I like. So you can tweak your style. If you want to play defensive, you can just save it for V reversals and stuff. If you want to play with punish heavy, you can just save it for drive rush cancels or whatever. If you're someone that likes to back off the DP, you can do. That's what I love as well. I love that if that DP gets blocked. Yeah, not only have you lost V. Yeah. You lost V. I'm telling you this now. I'll say this early to anyone. If you do a DP against me and I block it and I've got level 3, I'm spending it because you're probably in burnout.
Yeah, probably
you're probably in burnout.
Taking all of your team.
Everything. Withdraw everything. Because that is literally the level 3 is doing burnout. Super's doing burnout is good as well. You can choose how you want to
only level 2. I don't think level 1 does burnout.
It does.
It decreases
every single super. Yeah, every single super.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I was ending combos with the Shinku Fireball. Yeah, because so that is good as well. There's so much little things. You know how many times I hit someone with a combo? I was like, I should have ended it like that, or I should have done that. I like that as well because
you know how many times I was playing and I was about to kill the opponent. I could have spent like 3 EX bars and I don't because I'm thinking I'm saving it for the next round. I keep doing that.
You made a good point. You made a good point there as well. I like that as well. I like being able. The supers carrying forward holds more weight than EX gauge carrying forward in 5 because in 5 with the EX gauge you have to choose between CA or EX moves. But in this game, if I've got my level 3, if I've got my level 3 super and you've got no super, I'm at a significant advantage because my first conversion I can take 50% if I want to.
There's also a really interesting mind game with the gauge as well. Like for example, this one I've got on the screen now from your game with IDOM was basically IDOM was close to burnout. Like you were chipping away at him and he was literally like one touch away. You hit him with the fireball here, and I think Idon realizes that you're going to try something. He's literally got like look at his like I don't know if you guys can see it, but like look at his drive gauge. He's got like nothing there. Realizes it, and then blows the rest of it on the drive impact for your fireball. Gets the hit and then takes the win. So there's actually like so many interesting mind games here with this mechanic.
Yeah, I like that you can use that last sliver.
Yeah, So he used like something that cost him a bar technically, but regardless of how much you've got left, you can still like use an EX if you need to, or it doesn't limit you like that.
I don't think I like that.
No.
Nah, I think you should have the whole bar. Why am
Okay.
I looking if you got? You know how there'll be so many times where you'll be looking at the guy's thing and you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, he ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna hit you with a full drive impact, level 3 finesse. You know what? Like, so I think I would like you to have the bar, like personally. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
to
I
be honest.
see you. Like, I mean, I mean, we're still early days, to be honest. Like, I don't disagree with that at all. By the way, I think that's actually pretty interesting. But as it stands, the mind game is there. You know. Yeah. Literally puts himself in the burnout state just to get the kill. Interesting.
Also, there's something weird. I don't know if you guys find it weird as well. I find it weird, to be honest. It's when you have, like, for example, half a drive gauge left, just half a bar.
Yeah.
But you can still spend it on drive rushing, when drive rushing costs like 3 bars.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah. So it's interesting,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like that because
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm someone who likes to know exactly what you can do and what you're not able to
Control.
Well,
I don't
what you
wanna
know
think about
is, unless that thing says empty, they get one action off
Yes.
the drive gauge. That's what you
Yeah.
know. Isn't it? So,
Yeah, but that's going to be hard to always factor in when you're like.
bruv, just assume they
to see
got
one
a
and a half.
credit card, bruv, innit? They got a credit card there.
No, yeah, but it's
You
going to be hard. For a while, it'll be hard to be like, okay, they got 1.5, so they can do a reversal, or they got 2.5, so they can do drive rush. It's going to take a while before you can start looking at the bar. And
Yeah,
like, right,
exactly.
yeah.
As long as they have something there, then they can do everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean?
It's still gonna be weird to get used to.
You know what I mean? They're going into their overdraft.
Yeah, so basically, as soon as they go beneath 3, until it says empty, you need to just assume that they've still got 3 in it.
Yeah, they can still do
literally.
everything. Even if they got like half a bar left, they can still do everything they can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's all stuff that you'll get used to without even thinking about it. Like, in the same way, you know, people are talking about, oh, well, I've got to pay attention to punish drive impact. Yeah, well, it's like 2 days into the game.
Exactly, man.
Bro, of course you got to pay attention, bro. It's the get.
Yeah.
People complain about paying attention to punish drive impact. Do you know what I got to pay attention to in Street Fighter 5, bro?
It's this.
Do you know what I got to worry about? I to worry about not doing a combo to give him V trigger.
Yeah.
Got to be like, oh, let me not extend it. Yeah, let me not extend it so he don't come back at. Yeah, like it's like for what we've just come from. Yeah, this is a blessing. I'd be like, oh, I got to watch one bar. Yeah, alright, cool. But that V trigger. Do you know how many times you're like, let me not end the combo.
You don't end the combo on purpose, so they're going to V-trigger back,
Yeah, you're fighting Seth, and you're like, you know what, let me not activate, because when he activates, I want to have my V reversal.
Or Ken, or when you're fighting Ken, for example, you knock him down, you can do the combo, but the full combo gets him the full V-trigger.
Yeah.
So you got to not end it early, so you don't got to deal with the mix-up afterwards. You get one more chance before you got to deal with the mix-up.
I feel like that's where the Street Fighter 5, you know, esque feel of the game comes from. It's like the drive gauge and like the way the mechanics are used. So whereas on Street Fighter 5, you've got to look for the dash, look for the jump, look for the shimmy, look for the fireball, whatever. It comes down to that, you know, you're looking for the jump, but then you've also got to wait for the drive impact, and then you've also got to wait, you know, you look for a drive rush, normal, stuff like this.
Do you know what the difference is though? Yeah.
Go on.
The difference is you can react to it when you're looking for it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
You don't get got.
Yeah. Do you know?
You're right.
Do you know how many times you're waiting for something on Street Fighter 5? It comes, you don't check it. You're waiting for the dash here. The dash comes, you don't check it. You're like, I was waiting for this, like, but I just, you know, like, I just didn't check it. It just didn't work. But
I mean, you're playing Bison, right? And you know someone's gonna jump, but
oh yeah,
what can you do about it?
Yeah,
in certain matchups, do you know what I mean? Like, and you know it's coming, and you know you've got tools that are supposed to deal with jump-ins, but
you just
can't.
touched on a good point there as well. What I like about the parry, right, is it's not super like. Do you know how many times I know this has happened to everyone? Yeah, when you're fighting a Kami, for example, and you know the dive kick's coming, they mess up the dive kick input, right? And then they punish whatever you try to do. So if it was a parry or something, they punish your parry because their dive kick didn't come out. At least on this game, if you do the parry and they don't do the dive kick, you're just there. It's not some cross counter. They have to throw you or something. Your parry's not as exposed. So that was good. And the anti-airs all being punished counter is good as well. On this game.
Are they all?
Yeah.
Or you got a deep.
No, I saw bro. Have you seen Gao's normal anti-air where you flip back? Have you not seen that?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you jump at
Because
him, he does crouch fist, so you actually do a backflip in the air.
Yeah.
I
So
was
like-
DBing with Ken. I was DBing with Ken, but I wasn't getting punish counter every single time.
I mean, maybe Ken, bro. I don't know. Ken still took mad damage though. Like the anti-air's hurt in this game.
So you
Anger
don't
just
get
told me-
punished. You don't get punish counter if you hit them in startup.
No, Engelbert just told me. I think they gotta press something in the air.
Yeah. If they press
Oh
again,
yeah. No, you're only
yeah.
gonna get punish counter if you're hitting active or recovery
okay,
frames.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I like the fact that you can get punish counter.
Yeah.
Like for your
Oh, for
anti-air
anti-air, yeah.
regardless. Yeah, just regardless. So even if someone hasn't got a DP anti-air, it might actually still be worth it. Like you might actually get something good off it. So that was good. And what I was gonna say as well, which is one thing I did like about the game, like I said, it seems like it's very footsie based. Like every character has a decent button to whiff punish with so far, right? So on Street Fighter 5, for example, you can completely change your playstyle to avoid having to do that. Like you can play a V trigger character, you can play Oro or something. If you don't want to play Karen, you can then go and play Oro and win in a completely different way that can just eradicate playing footsies. But in this game, it looks like no matter what you're trying to do, you're gonna have to play that neutral somehow, and that's what I like.
I like how I watch Street Fighter 5 and I watch Karen players play, right? And they're just pressing medium punch and it'll clip something and they'll cancel it into bare corner carry, and I'm just watching, and she's just mad privileged to do that. And everyone could do that in Street Fighter 6 if you're looking for it. Everyone has button into drive rush into a combo afterwards that gets decent corner carry and gives you a good situation afterwards. And if you have the skills to do that, you can do it with the character that you want to play. You're not tied into.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So now it's like, right, I can play. If you are a Zangief player, if you're a Guile player, you don't have to sacrifice. I'm incapable of fighting in footsies with any type of reward. Not just I get some stray poke, but if he hits me, he gets 40% corner carry. It's like if I hit him, I can get that as well. Like so, that is really good, I think.
Do we end up in a situation though where like when everyone has the same tools, because this was a problem with Dragon Ball Fighters, right? When everyone has access to all of the same mechanics, then what's the thing that sets people apart? And the thing that I noticed straight away is if you have long range cancelable buttons, you're automatically in a good situation in Street Fighter 6. Like
I think it's all subjective though. I think in that aspect, but then I think like for example, if you're a Zangief, let's just say in hindsight or whatever he's going to be like, and it's like right, his thing leads to point blank guess, right? So his footsie thing leads to SPD or whatever else it is, the alternative, and that can be equally as significant as somebody who gets a ton of damage off of a cancelable normal to stop driving back. It depends what you get from whatever it is you're doing. It could be you have a very strong Oki situation. It could be you get to push someone full screen and it's very hard for them to get back in. It just depends what you're doing. I think I don't think it's just going to be the normals. I think it's going to be where you end up, what your game plan is, and how significant whatever it is you're trying to do is. And I think that's what's going to separate the characters anyway. Like Zangief on this game is going to be broken. Like think about it. What's the alternative? If you got to jump a command grab, all command grab characters will be messed up on this game. If you got to jump a command grab, they do a button into a drive rush. It's not just like tap lariat. It's going to be tap dash whatever. Like, so.
But there's actually a point about that because the normals now they're not plus on block. So command grab characters can't do jab into command throw anymore.
Yeah, but we could just jab. Yeah, but I would just do jab into parry.
Yeah, they have
not everyone's buttons are not.
Not everyone's. No. It's just
because you don't know. You don't know. Like Chun's got plus buttons, Jury's got plus buttons,
but they're always mediums. I've noticed.
No. I could tell. I actually, because I was talking.
I don't think the characters have plus on block lights.
Yeah, it seems universal that it's like mediums, because I know Chun's stand medium punch is +1.
I know Ken has nothing plus.
Bro, stop trying to. Well, we're not starting no charity.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Buff Ken, buff Ken.
Let me ask you this then, right? Oh, anyway, Ken's got meaty overheads that are plus, so it's fine. let me
No
ask
Oki
you
off
guys
DP.
this.
Sorry, just want to add no Oki off DP. No Oki off DP. Do you know what? Yeah,
Just don't, no one's finishing combos in DP. It's fine, bro.
Yeah,
We're gonna finish it into the dragon kick into overhead.
I mean, no wake up DP though, innit? Wake up DP is not getting you Oki on this game.
Not anymore.
You could do wake up DP drive rush though, but you can spend like 4 bars and you better pray that Oki works out for you.
All right, let me ask this then, because we're gonna move on to the same subject but slightly different. We're talking about character levels, yeah. Let's talk about player levels, because obviously, if you have not been on your phone today and missed social media, our good friend Adele here has gone viral with his diss record that he released today to an Evo champion, by the way. You haven't won Evo. You couldn't manage it.
Oh, I told who's that? I think I told Punk, but I told someone. When it comes to tournament garments, yeah, I only wear garments of tournaments I've won.
Yeah. Adele.
You're not ready for that one, Adele. You're not ready for that one yet.
He can only wear the silver. The silver.
Come on, that's not fair, man.
Right.
I was this close.
He was so close, bro. What a hard read on that eagle spike.
Oh my
Wakes
God.
up sweating. Anyway, let's talk about this, bro. We're going into a new game. We're hearing the same talk that we heard from some of the same people. But now that we've all been through this cycle with 2 games now, 2 iterations of Street Fighter, we've all gone from 4 to 5. Now we're all going from 5 to 6. We've all seen some of the same players.
Certain guys went from 3 to 4.
Some of them did, but I'm talking about us 3 here. I don't know.
You
know, Tyrant is super turbo days when he was 3 years old.
I started late super, by the way. Disclaimer: late super in Street Fighter. I wasn't there from vanilla.
I remember.
Let's talk about this. The OGs, the real skill, TM, and all that. Like, you guys have both gone from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, and you've clearly shown the levels are there in Street Fighter 6 already with just 2 days with the game. There it is. Pull it up for us, please, Tyrant. I know you've got it there.
Hey, which one I get? Which one I get? JP or something? Yeah, bro. We'll run that back, big man.
What are we saying about this, then, Adele? About this idea that skills are not transferable and all this, like.
I don't think like skills can be transferred from one game to another. But what I do think is your mindset transfers from one game to another. Like if you go into another game, to a newer game with open mind, not expecting anything from it, then if you've been good in one game, you can be good in another game. But if you like Street Fighter 4 and you hated Street Fighter 5, then I don't think you have any chance of being good in that game, to be honest. Like if you expected to play the same as Street Fighter 4, there's no way you can play that game. And if you expect Street Fighter 3 to play at the same as Street Fighter 4, there's no way you can play. Like you can only play one of those games. But what about me is that an even problem as well. Like when we go to a new game, we go in like with a fresh mindset. Like it's a fresh game, like fresh ideas and everything. You don't expect it to be the same as the old one, or even like similar to the old one. It's a brand new game. It's a brand new Street Fighter. It's a brand new style you got to deal with. But the mindset stays the same. Is that you just gotta do whatever it takes for you to get better at the game. And all that talk about like footsies are coming back and all that, bro. Footsies is subjective, or like real Street Fighter is subjective. Like, what is even real Street Fighter? Like, what is that? I still have no idea what that is. What do people mean when they say real Street Fighter?
I don't get it. I'm not in that debate. I don't know what they mean. I don't know what they mean. I mean, for me personally, I don't care about I see this, I just see some of these things. I don't engage in these things because it's just not, it's not practical. But OGs, new Gs, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. Yeah. When I go into a game, whether it's someone could be like, oh, this game's going to fit my style more because back in CVS flipping BC, yeah, I was smoking guys or whatever, and then you get the, I don't care about all that. It's just whatever it is, I'll make it fit me.
Yeah, I'll
make it fit me, and I don't care about I don't care because I started off a new guy at some point, and at some point I will be an old guy, right? But you wouldn't want to think that because I'm now this, it means I'm incapable. Because that's just stupid. You know, everyone's gonna be on that path. A new guy who's talking crap to the old guy is gonna be the old guy one day. So that's just how it goes. Do you know what I
New
mean?
guy, old guy,
matter.
all it
Yeah.
matters is
It
if
doesn't
you're
matter.
the guy.
Exactly.
All that
And
matters.
There you
that's
go.
what. That's it. Make sure it works for me. I go in. I don't care what your age is. Yeah, when you're picking them characters, you're getting lit up. That is it.
You
Don't
made a
matter.
very good point in our in our little community WhatsApp group. You said like, I don't care whether the game is a natural for me. Like, I'll make it natural for
Yeah,
me.
the game. Yeah, the game might not be a natural fit for me. You might be a more footsie-based player, and the game seems like it's less footsie-based.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'll just make sure. Yeah, I'll make it my thing. However, I need to do that. Whatever character that is, I need to pick. You know, it's just because at the end of the day, more than a passion, it's a passion, and now at this stage, it's become a job. So you gotta get the job done. And that's what it comes down to.
I respect it.
Yeah, like you don't go into every single job, or even if you work like 9 to 5, you don't go into a job like saying whether you're gonna work if you love it and you won't work if you don't love it. I mean, you gotta work either way. You gotta do the job either way, whether you love it or not.
Yeah, and a good guy, someone who you see. So for me, it's about who stands the test of time. Do you know what I mean? That's really what comes and what you do in that time. Because some people can start off hot and then burn out, fade away, tricks get downloaded, they never come back. Yeah, and then some people can start off slow, and by the end of it, they've collected however many tournaments. Right?
Daigo was one of the biggest examples of that.
And the guy, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Because
very much.
Yeah, when you finish the game, some people are slow burners, don't mean the guy's whack. He might be irrelevant year 1, year 3, you can't beat him. So you really have to look at what the pace is. You just got to pace yourself. You know, you're not in a race with anyone. You don't need to. You just learn at your own pace. As long as you're learning, that's the main thing. As long as you're learning and progressing, it don't really matter. Someone could beat you. When Street Fighter 5 came out, I wasn't even all that in the first year.
I was about to bring it up because I remember.
I actually wasn't even that good. You might even be a thing where you might not even get your character.
I wasn't even all that. I still qualified for Capcom Cup, but I wasn't even all that.
Yeah. But for me, I'm talking about like in the comfort zone where I wanted to be, where I'm like, right, I was pretty confident where I can win this and that, right? But you might not even get. Sometimes all it takes is you to get your character. You might get your character season 3. Yeah, and then now you're a different guy. Imagine there's no Ken now. Imagine there was no Ken, no Rashid, right? You might play Ryu or something. You might be good.
Yeah, but for Adele, like there was no guy, so he found whoever was.
There was no Seth, no C Viper. I completely switched my style.
Yeah, true.
I used to be aggressive, hyper-aggressive Seth.
The slowest man in the game.
I remember you used to hate M. Bison in his Street Fighter 4, bro. I remember that.
That was jokes watching you play M. Bison.
And then you went to Bison and started busting heads. Alex come out. Like, that was a good time, man.
And let's be real. Like, there's gonna be like around how many characters at launch in Street Fighter 6?
I don't even know.
Well, it looks like it's like
18?
20 or something.
Yeah, so you mean to tell me out of those 18 or 20 characters, there's not one character that can fit your style?
But we know that it's more. It's a little bit more than just style, right? There's multiple things that go. At least for me, but I've seen it in others, right? And I can give you some examples, right? You see someone, you're like, this is why people will tell Ken players when Ken got nerfed, oh, just pick Akuma. Can't just do that.
Yeah, you can't just do that. No,
you can't just do that. Oh, it's a Shoto, similar.
But they weren't even similar. That's a problem. Like Ken.
But they were more similar than like Ryu and Ken, for example.
Yeah.
Akuma was closer to Ken.
That's why I didn't play either of them. I played Rashid instead.
Yeah, but Rashid's not closer to Ken than Ryu or Akuma.
I mean, they have the same offensive style, though.
Wait, so this is something I want to talk about. Actually, this is a very important one. Ken and Rashid had the same win condition.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And this is something that I saw throw a lot of people off from Street Fighter 4 going to Street Fighter 5. A lot of the young players that I saw come up in Street Fighter 4, that was definitely their first competitive game. I don't know. I don't care what you played at home with your brother on PlayStation 1 or, what you watch people play in the arcade and never done nothing. If that your first competitive game, if your mindset is stuck in one win condition, which a lot of people were for Street Fighter 4, knockdown, vortex, that's all I know how to do. 15 buttons into conversion into a combo and all that. I get bare turns. If that's all you knew how to do and you didn't have the elasticity in your mindset to adapt to what the new win condition is in Street Fighter 5, the same thing's going to happen to you in Street Fighter 6. Because whilst they might superficially be the same game, 2D fighters, the characters have a similar tool set, the win condition changes because the meta game changes because the tools are different. And if you don't have that elasticity to adapt to the new win conditions, then you're going to find it very, very difficult.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think it's a part of the, as you said, the elasticity, but it's also part of just your mindset and acceptance. You have to accept, right, that you can't win how you want to, right? The game has rules. Like, the game has rules. You can't play Connect 4 like how you play Rock, Paper, Scissors. You just can't. Like, whether you want to or not, I think what happens is a lot of players want to will something into existence. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's happening. So when you realize that the game can't be played that way, and you accept it, and you accept you're going to lose in a way that you don't like losing, that's when you can start to progress. Literally, you have to be like, right, okay, I can't play how I want to play because it's not going to work. And that is accepting the new game and accepting as well new players or people that couldn't beat you in an old format might be more effective now, and that is part of accepting a new game. Literally, you might be able to, like right now, there'll be people in 5. There may be people in 5 that I can beat on a regular that may be getting me on 6. It would only be for a short period.
Yeah, and you gotta accept that.
I'm just saying, yeah, but it's like, right, it's a new game. This guy is that guy right now in the game. So, okay.
Yeah, you can't say, oh, yeah, you used to beat this guy in Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 2. I used to beat this guy every time, and now you're beating me for this game.
Yeah. That's where the ego comes in. Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, but I do think, though, the best players will be the same, most of the same guys. You might get a few mix and match, but because for me, gaming is just an application of knowledge. And once you have the knowledge of the game, how you apply it, if you're superior at applying your knowledge, you will be superior when you acquire the knowledge. That's just what it's going to be.
Yeah, if you're willing to do the work, you'll get the work done, basically.
Yeah, it's like, look, when you know frame trap shimmy, the reason why you're beating people with Rashid compared to a low level Rashid is because you're other than other things, your frame trap shimmy, your understanding of the game and then how you apply it is what's getting you to win. So when you understand, oh right, drive impact's what you use here, or here it's shimmy or this or that, once you know what the rules are, how you apply it is what's going to keep you winning. And that's just what it's going to be.
Yeah, you can't play the game the way you want to.
Yeah, no. So yeah,
see that. That's sick, man. It's
what I think.
It's good to hear that insight from you guys, man. And I wonder.
But no, OGs or new guys don't know. I'm joking.
Real skill now. Yeah, real skill.
Money match thing. Yeah, as soon as Street Fighter 6 launches, we've got to have the young blood versus the old guys. I will
say though, with Street Fighter 5, right? From what it looks like in Street Fighter 6, and I think this is the only point that could be slightly applicable, is if you was, and I'll give a point and then I'll back it up as well. If you was only winning, or not only winning, but your main win condition, as you say, was from V trigger, right? Because that's non-existent. There is no comeback mechanic right now that we're aware of. Because that is non-existent, you will have to learn something else. Now, whether somebody is able to do that or not, you can't say, because if you haven't been put in a position where you've had to, you don't know if you're good at it or not. Someone might be like, oh, I can't use V-Trigger now I actually play footsies. And if they haven't tried to do it before, you don't know if they're going to be bad. And I think that's the problem. That's the problem. People are like, oh, because you don't have V-Trigger now, you're automatically going to be trash. No, if they haven't had to use footsies as their main win condition, don't mean they can't. They just didn't have to before. So now, they can
learn it.
Yeah, they might be good at it.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about people coming from outside of a Street Fighter background? Like Problem, you played in the tournament at the weekend, and you played against Kane, who's actually one of the best Dragon Ball Fighters players.
I was wondering if that was him, you know.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. So how did it feel playing against him? Was it like different from playing against a traditional Street Fighter player, or how did that feel?
I mean, you know, I was just on a high about the game, you know, so I wasn't thinking it. But I mean, like, to be honest, he felt good. I mean, he got far in the tournament. Now, obviously, it's not really much you could take from that. It could have been character unfamiliarity, game unfamiliarity, you know, etc. However, he did feel good. He looked like he was trying to do spacing with punish. He looked like he was trying to apply the correct things. So I think he was good, man. Like, I think, he should keep it up and might be one of the guys on this game.
That's what I'm saying. It's interesting to see that, because I was watching back that set that you played with him. And he was definitely doing a few things that, like, us as Street Fighter players, we're like, oh man, like, he doesn't know about that. Like, that's just like simple to us. But like, once, like you say, like these people that have good, you know, they can apply knowledge.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, look at Beta Bash as well, right? Diaphone one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, even that, even though it's still early, but the guys who are getting the high results are known guys in their field, right? People who have been known to.
Yeah, they are good players.
Yeah, exactly.
They are good players in general.
Yeah. I mean, we've got Mystic on the screen right now, and the first time I caught Mystic was Poison in Street Fighter 5. Then they went to Strive. Then they went to DNF, and they've just been murking in all of them. And some people are just good at games. You know, we watched Sonic Fox and Goichi play a set in Street Fighter 6 on the beta. They're just good at games. You know, some people just are.
Yeah, if you get in one game, your skills will definitely translate to another game if you're willing to do the work, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You might. It's what I said. It might not be as natural for you. You might have to work a bit harder.
Yes.
And you know, because it's a different game, different rules. Some rules are going to favor you. Yeah, some things are going to favor you more than others. Some people favored Street Fighter 4 more than they did Street Fighter 5. For example, I played 4 and 5. And I was good at both. Obviously, I had a higher success at 5, but that was also due to more experience at the time, etc. But people who were good at, most of the guys who were good at 5 were good at 4. Luffy was one of the best at 4, one of the best at 5. Phenom, one of the best at 4, one of the best at 5. It's not gonna suddenly the guy's not gonna become whack. Yeah, he's not gonna become whack. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, 5 didn't come out, and we didn't just see random guys winning major events.
Yeah,
you know, Infiltration winning the first Evo for 5.
Takedo winning stuff. You know, look at Daigo. Like, look at this, the same guys.
Yeah, like, I remember the first Kumite, and like it was all the same people just doing a madness. The only difference, I guess, is like some people learn at different paces, but that's like to reach their optimal level. Like a great example of that, I guess, is Daigo. Daigo will be sick at whatever he wants to play, but he takes a little bit longer to reach his optimal level.
Same with Luffy, actually.
Yeah, but then I think that's a tiny bit with me as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, but you will see all that happens in new games is you get new guys, right, who join that ladder of now you're in that pool of you're going to be good.
Yeah.
The biggest one that joined in Street Fighter 5 that I can say from playing them and just from knowing that you're there now. You're just going to be good at games. So Street Fighter moving forward and whatever else you want to play, fighting game related anyway.
Well, Punk did almost nothing offline in Street Fighter 4. Like,
he played online.
Yeah,
and you know, we went to a period where he's just the best player in the world. I know, and it was a legitimate claim because
Season 2.
the levels were that high, and I think you're 100% right. Every year we will see people leveling up because they'll put consistent work in to back up their talent. Those are the people we'll see continue. That's what happened with you, Problem. You got better, and bet you were like some guy that just turned up when it stays on. Then you were some guy that made top 8 at when it stays on. Then you were some guy that started winning when it stays on. Then you were some guy that started making top 8s at bigger events. Then you started winning bigger events.
Yeah, I think
it carried on. It never stopped. Like,
I still remember the first tournament I met you, Problem. It was one of them anime convention things in London.
Oh yeah,
and like I remember
he wasn't even there to play. He was just there to enjoy the.
I was. Problem was there to play, but no, I remember that. That was sick, man. Like, and then definitely come through busting head since then.
It's the work rate and the consistency that's rewarded.
Man.
Yeah, and it's also, I'll say, mentality, because now I've started, I remember when I just started, I remember I've been at top level now, right? And the mentality, I'll just say to new people and existing people, just do what you're doing and ignore what anyone's saying when it goes bad, when you're not winning, or when it's going down and someone wants to say you're washed or you fought. Just ignore, because you will be back, and when you are back, don't look for validation because it won't be there. It'll be tumbleweeds when you're winning again. You just got to know that's what it is.
The only validation you get, or you should be aiming for, is this. See, first place.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's the only validation you're aiming for.
Yeah, that's why I don't engage in any. Just let your results do the speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just where it's at, man. I would love to put a picture of my trophy cabinet, but I got to go downstairs.
It's not even mine. It's not even mine, bro. Come on.
Go.
I didn't even want to blow you up like that, Adele. But yeah.
That wasn't even mine. That was just an example.
I mean, like, man's just got like, man's looking like Ryu there, the tireless wanderer, just objects, no bags, just objects about. But yeah, just keep going. That's what I say. Just keep going, and results will speak, man. People, after a while, people can't ignore you. After a while, like the excuses run out. That's what happens.
Yeah. I definitely see that. But like, guys,
Street Fighter 6, fam.
Street Fighter 6, man. It's gonna be
looking serious,
bro. It is so good, man.
I think Bison's coming in the game. You know, they can't
bro.
be saying. I saw remember my tag. It said watching like M Bison. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says that. It says that on the thing.
It says that in the game. Come on.
Yeah. It says that in the game. He has to be in the. That's a violation. If you don't put him in the game after saying watching like M Bison in the game, yeah, they're mocking it. And they're actually mocking it. And all I want is far standing roundhouse from Street Fighter 4 and close standing roundhouse from Street Fighter 5.
Oh my god.
That's what I want. Far standing roundhouse from Street Fighter 4, close standing roundhouse from Street Fighter 5.
I have a feeling, right? There's gonna be some kind of Shadaloo or Neo Shadaloo pack. You're gonna have
DLC
Vega.
pack,
Yeah, you're gonna have Vega, Balrog, Sagat, and Bison. Come on, it has to be done. Like they
From the beta,
You gotta get started after that.
what's the tier list from the beta?
I think
I see people saying Guile than everyone else.
Guile
I
and
don't know.
Kimberly.
Chun-Li, bro.
Chun?
I see people saying Jury's top tier.
Chun-Li,
You know,
bro.
like, yeah, I don't know, man.
I think it was Chun-Li as well.
Yeah, Chun-Li was ridiculous.
Yeah, Chun-Li was looking pretty good. I can't lie. Bowmaster was doing some
Bro,
bits.
her walk speed is insane. Her forward walk speed,
Yeah.
he's just sliding around.
Who was better, Ken or Ryu?
I have no idea, to be honest.
They're very different.
They're very different, yeah. I
love
be
Ken's
fair.
corner carry. I love Ken's corner carry. The corner is very dead in this game. Well, I don't mean
Yeah, like that's the good thing about it.
drive impact and stuff.
If you
Like
get the corner really quick,
Yeah.
but his convergence in neutral, they don't do that much damage.
No.
What?
Oh, not in neutral. Not in. They don't do that.
Sorry, I forgot you both play Ken, right? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm just watching Ryu combos and looking
Bro,
and
if you hit me with one drive impact, I'm dead.
Nah. What's that Ryu combo problem where it's like EX Tatsu in the corner and then you do the drive rush? Yeah. What's that?
Medium, light, whatever
Bro.
that for.
You
Whatever
man
that
are doing like
rival is.
6.5K. These are Marvel combos in the corner.
Bro, I do Jinrai loops. They're very hard. And I get like,
Bro, I saw Ken do like 7 DPs in a combo, bro. I don't want to hear.
Yeah, and that still only does 4K. So how about that?
bro.
Yeah.
But
It's fun, man. I love all this. Like the game's got a load of expression. I love seeing these sick combos as well. We're not just back into like 3 hits into a special, into a knockdown, and that's the end of it. That was the thing that was boring about Street Fighter 5 when it came out. The combos were mad short. There was no juggle points in anything. I don't mind if the combos don't do bare damage. I just, if I have the skill to tag 2 extra things in, give me the extra damage for the skill. Then I can show you that I like that in it. I like that little bit of expression. If I do the hard thing, give me the extra thing.
Yeah,
That's what I
they're more, yeah.
Yeah, you know
What I
mean?
like
So-
as well about the game is the traits. Like every character has like unique traits. Like
Yes.
literally, it's got like the Denjin kind of
Yeah.
thing that amplifies all his fireballs and stuff. Ken's got the run.
The ones
Chun-Li
Yeah.
stance,
Yeah, Chun-Li's got the stance.
Kimberly with the bombs, like it's sick.
Yeah, and then the
Guy
guy
with the
with
moves.
the perfect boot,
Yeah.
perfect stuff, and all of that. Yeah, so I like that rather than when they
What a
kind of
character design. Jamie's such a sick character design.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
Yeah.
Kimberly as well. Kimberly is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Even though
Now-
she's kind of annoying as well.
I did want to ask you guys, do you think it will be like, on Street Fighter 4, when you could not see whose name was on the stream, but you could tell who was playing, right? Do you think you'll be able to do that on 6?
I think so. I think there's enough tools that people's expression will show like levels. And
Yeah, who they're playing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it could be like, you could be like, that's Big Bird's Rashid, because, he keeps doing that eagle kick.
I knew you were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think to hear the rest of it.
That's problems M. Bison because he's the only guy that lands the hell attack
in the jump. Yeah. No, I see that because that was one of the things that we missed from SF5, to be honest, because a lot of characters did play very similar. But SF4, you could tell everyone's character apart. It had a little bit of that expression, But I feel like that's coming back with this game a big time. I can feel that.
Do you feel like Street Fighter 5, right? At high level, right? I feel like, for example, just say I played Big Bird in a tournament and he beat me like 2-0. We could run it back and I could beat him 2-0, right? Do you think on this game it's going to be if the guy gets you, you need to go back and do the homework before you can run it again and change the result?
It depends. If you got drag impacted like 4 times, then that's different.
Yeah.
But if you got impacted like 4 or 5 times in 2 games, then it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
because on 4, on 4, when someone was getting you, you had to go back.
Lab. You have to go to the lab.
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe it's in the middle. I thought this game's kind of in the middle between both of them.
Yeah, it was just going to come down to how do you use the mechanics, because at the end of the day, that drive gauge is literally like that's how you're going to play the game, But I feel like that's a huge factor, and also I feel like there's with no comeback mechanic. Like essentially everything's tied to that gauge and how you use your meter. I guess the only thing you could say is the comeback mechanic is the CA. The super does more damage, but you still have to land it.
You have to land it. That's what I like.
It's like Ultra, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's how I like it. That's how I like. So when I watch back the replay, I could be like, he got me. Yeah. All right. See, when I see him next time, we're gonna make sure that don't happen. Not he's guaranteed to get the flashing red bar.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to have to guess.
It's like exactly. It's like I'm pressuring you now, but you're Oro and now you've got V trigger, so now I have to stop immediately. You know what I mean?
Take 5 throws.
Yeah. So
I really like the game, man. It can't get here soon enough.
Yeah, at least so far from what we've seen so far, there's no character in the game that makes you take something and force you to guess or
Ken's throw loop needs to go. Ken's throw loop.
Bro, you have a throw loop. What are you talking about?
No, he don't. It's not dash frame perfect. It's not dash frame perfect.
Season 2.
-1 after dash. Yours is dash +2 frame perfect.
Bro, if you backdash, I'm dead.
Yeah, but if I backdash on you meaty on this game,
we're playing Street Fighter now.
Yeah, no. But why have you got a perfect frame throw loop? That needs to go.
Why you got like 60% damage combos?
Because I opened you up fairly.
Fairly with a drive rush overhead, yeah?
I whiff punished you and converted everything.
Whiff punished you from full screen with a drive rush overhead.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I really, really liked the game. I didn't play that much Street Fighter for a while. And I was like, yeah, man. I was literally playing everyone.
Bruv, okay. Last topic, then we need to wrap up in shortly. But the netcode, because we've spoken about the mechanics and all that, and how excited we are the character design. But you entered 53 tournaments on the weekend. You guys played sets with each other. Yeah, you guys played sets against each other. Which we've all played CPT online and online events in 5, and I ain't seen people willingly play these games.
Bro, the netcode was amazing. I played flawlessly with a lot of the Americans. I could play really well with Big Bird as well. And obviously I'm going to be in the same location, right? But what I will say what's even good about that is, I've said this for ages, our esport is one of the only ones where you have to train with who you're competing against. Right? When you look at the other things like other shooters or any other game, they have you can play like scrims with another team who you're not going to play, right? So what this netcode allows is, this UK guy is using Ken, and I've got a UK tournament, so he might be the best Ken in the region. I don't want to play with him. I want to get ready for him. Yeah. So I can go to the lobby and play Big Bird, and it's like now you can, if the netcode stays that good, you can start to practice for people without training them for yourself at the same time, and that is what
you don't need the matchup experience anymore.
Yeah, that is what is the biggest thing for me.
Well, for us, me and Angry Bird, we're just happy we can play more than 2 people this time.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think I'll probably play Middle Eastern players at least for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just like the fact that it feels, it bridges that gap. So it's like you don't have to wait so long before you can see how you're going to do against this guy or whatever. You can just run the set.
Just run the
You
set
can
right
just
away.
run the set.
With pretty much anyone. You know, there's no limits. You can be like,
I
you know,
hope it stays like that though.
yeah,
Yeah, like
I don't know if did anybody play anyone from like Japan or Asia or anything like that.
no,
I
I don't. No, I didn't.
No.
IZD told me he tried versus Kazunoko and he told me it was good.
What the hell? That's so
I
crazy.
mean,
And Angry Bird played versus Nephew and he said it was okay. It was playable enough. I played versus Rushdown from Florida and we thought it was playable and obviously not perfect, but it was playable enough.
man was
Like,
clean with Rushdown.
You can train for it.
Yeah,
I
with Rushdown, man was-
played
Wow.
Afi
man was clean with Rushdown.
in London, 17 games on Puerto Rican hotel Wi-Fi,
See?
and it was better than tournament games that I've had sitting in this chair.
Oh my god.
Street Fighter 5, yeah.
Definitely.
You
Definitely.
can't practice now. You can't practice with other players. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you're not going to be perfect, but you can practice. You have the option to do that now.
There you go. That's mad.
And I hope it stays like that forever.
Well, we can only hope to wait and see. But honestly, Street Fighter 6 is such a hot topic right now. We could talk for
Match speed.
hours. We could talk for hours about this game, man. It's just so good.
And we will, but
We
just
will. Oh yeah.
not tonight.
Yeah. Honestly, I could have kept going. That was so much fun, man. I was just like, just talking about the game and hearing the insight from you guys. Like that was sick. But yeah, man. Like we are gonna be done with that. Like that was mad. So is there any last subjects you guys want to mention real quick before we sign out?
Yeah, make sure you follow my Twitch channel. Yeah.
Yes, sir. The socials on the screen right now, guys.
Yeah, all of that. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the lobby when the game is live.
Battle Hub.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, just come and play, man. Don't be shy.
Sit down at the cabinet.
Yeah.
Like
No, actually, don't. When I'm playing, so yeah, they need to change that queue thing. You know, I didn't like
No,
that.
no, you have an option.
Well,
You have
you
an
can push
option
people
now.
off.
I saw an option for custom room.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Because
so
it
there might
makes you
be-
just play one game. Yeah. They need to. Yeah, that's the only thing. It's the only thing. That was annoying because I was trying to play someone, and you play one game and it's just leave cabinet because someone else.
Yeah,
is
you don't even
queued
know what
up.
you're gonna play next.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's
That's
like playing in arcades. It's basically the same as playing in arcades.
Yeah.
Put your pound down, bro. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us here on the Roundup, boys. Well, thank you so much, Problem Big Bird. Be sure to follow their socials. You can see their Twitters on the screen right now, guys. Head over there, and then from there you can check out their Twitch channels, etc. For some of the best Street Fighter you'll see out there. You can also check out a lot of the matches we had featuring a couple of these guys. Both of them played on our on a 1-7, so you can check that out right there. Click the link in the chat and check out the YouTubes for the full matches. But yeah, no, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Real cool to have you on the show. And yeah, any last words to sign out on? Anyone?
No, I had one question actually. I just had one question for you guys. Was there gut scaling in the game? Did characters have different health?
I didn't see any.
I didn't see that.
I didn't
no.
see any at all, and I didn't see any difference in
Yeah, I
character damage as well.
I think every character had the same health. I think at least.
Okay.
I might have read that somewhere. I'm not sure.
Interesting. I'll have to do some research, boys. But
Yeah,
yeah, with that,
I might be wrong. Could be wrong.
Yep, well, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for stopping through. We will see you all down the road. Be sure to follow everybody here and follow Reversal. And we'll see you very soon, guys. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe.